Dan, are you there?
Hey Al, how are you, man? Can you hear me?
I'm I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. Good. Long day for us.
Yeah,
Um,
same here.
yeah. What time is it there?
Oh, let's see. It says 6:30 in the
Oh,
morning.
okay.
Yeah, I've been up
That's
for a few hours, so
okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
so well. Why don't I open the show and then we will get right into it? How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Everybody, I appreciate you stopping back to the No Cover TV podcast. This is your host, Big Al, and what we do is we shove the original local and national music scene in your face, and I just slap you upside down in every which way with it. You are going to listen to it. There is a lot of great music out there. Turn that radio down a little bit because what you're hearing is the same old classic songs. Stick your head out the window and take a listen because there's some great music all over around every block, every house. It is incredible the musicians I am coming across the last few decades, from 12-year-olds, 16-year-olds, up to your 60, 70-year-olds. And in between, I mean, you guys are rocking. You're kicking ass. So I am doing this show to promote the music. I've been doing this since 97 when I was on TV till 2013, pushing your shows and putting you on TV. But now you got me on podcast, and that's a little more dangerous because now I'm worldwide. And so I'm not going to offend anybody, but I'm going to get your music out there. We have a great show for you today. And this one, all the way from Australia, Micro Cuts. Dan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great. I'm really great. Thanks for having us, Al. We really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you getting a hold of me and letting us do the interview and let me get in your head and figure out what you're about. I really appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun here, boy. Yeah, definitely.
Very
So,
cool.
micro cuts. Let's get off the bat. How long have you guys been together?
We started, I think, early 2020. Um,
2020.
yeah,
Okay.
there was a, a whole bunch of things happening in Australia, similar to what's happening, I suppose, in California now. A lot of bushfires. So we had a lot of smoky days and smoky nights. This is pre-COVID.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of the smoke from Canada coming through Michigan and stuff, and it's been pretty hazy here too. So, kind of a crazy world right now.
Air quality not great.
Yeah, exactly. So, Microcut's been doing it since 2020, so pretty pre-pandemic you started.
Just about. Well, we had bushfires one year, and then I think COVID was the next year. So
Okay,
lockdown and then lockdown.
all right. Now, when you started in 2020, did you find it a little difficult to get the momentum started with the COVID?
With the COVID, oh yeah, it was crazy. We were the most locked down place in the world.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
You
it
were.
was crazy, man. And we Australians kind of pride ourselves on being pretty easygoing and not really caring about much and not following the status quo. But we did, man. We did. We said yeah. We said
Yeah,
yes to us. We did everything we had to do. Took all the vaccines and did all the things we had to do, and
uh, I
really
know.
was crazy.
It was very crazy. It was very scary for a little while, and I'm glad things have kind of gotten back to the norm a little
I
bit.
think so.
But
I think so.
yeah, I think so too. I hope. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so let's talk about micro cuts because I got my paperwork in front of me. Usually, when I do TV, I don't write anything down. I just wing it. But now I'm a little older. I've got to write some things down.
Very understandable, I think.
So let's talk about the band. Now I know we've had Caldwell the drummer,
Yes.
awesome drummer. I love his style, 4-piece, basic kit, hits it hard, real good drummer. But unfortunately, he has different plans and he's moving on.
Yeah, he's a really busy guy. He's brilliant. He's a beautiful guy. We love him heaps,
He, he's
and
a
we'll always
music.
be friends with him. So we had never had any issues, anything like that. Just time and families and priorities get in the way, I suppose. Not in the way, but they just become, you just move your time in different places, you know?
Yeah, things happen and changes go on and you move on. Yeah,
That's right.
definitely. So, do you have another drummer per se in mind?
Yeah. We've got a friend who's helping us at the moment. Carlo, his name is, and he's going to fill in for us for a while and hopefully be permanent if he wants to be. And yeah, that's
Nice.
I suppose the gist of it. We have a duo with just guitar, and he plays guitar, and he also plays drums, and I do the singing. So
Great.
he was sort of in the vicinity when it all happened. I said, hey, can you, if we get stuck here, can you jump in and help? And he's like, yeah, of course. He's a super guy as well. So
That's beautiful, man. So now we got Ben, the bass player.
Benny, we call him Nipper Dale.
Nipperdale.
Nipper Dale. Benny. Nipper. He's a beautiful guy. Well, everyone in the band's really nice. You know, it's really we all get along very well, and there's no, even though we have a song about egos, we don't have. I hope we don't have much of an ego. I think we recognize what it is to have an ego.
Every rock star has an ego. Come on.
Yeah, I know. It's so difficult, right? Because how do you recognize?
Next up would be Tom on guitar.
Yes, that would be. He's the biggest personality in the band. That's for sure.
Okay, well, I'm going to challenge that because Dan, you are guitar and vocals.
Correct. Yeah.
You're all over the board, brother.
Sorry, say again, Al. I didn't hear that, mate.
You're all over the board. You rock.
I am.
Oh, you get in people's faces, man, and you let them know.
That's true. That's very true.
Oh, I love it. I was watching and listening, and you just grabbed me, man. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. That new video you got out, great.
That's cool.
Great stuff there. But let me tell everybody out in podcast land a little bit about your music. Now, Microcuts, I put it down this way. We've got rock, punk, indie, and metal all wrapped up into one. How does that sound?
That's pretty much spot on. Nail on the head.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard you throwing in that punk and then you threw the metal with the rock in there, holy shit, that was something else. That was great. Awesome. Great. So let's see. I am going to take you, and I do this with a lot of artists. I don't know your age, but I'm going to guess you're above 40.
Correct.
All right. Well, we're going to have a little
fun.
Almost. Well, let's have a little fun. We're going to go in a time capsule. You want to go for a little trip?
Let's go. I'm down.
All right. I'm going to take you back to when you were young. I want to know what you were listening to at 10 years old and what got you started into listening to music and wanting to pursue it.
Boy, this is going to be embarrassing. I'll tell you what. All right, you did get me. All right, I'm just going to tell you the truth. All right. So I was 10 years old, so it was, oh gosh, what I don't even know what year that was. Anyway, it was very early 90s. I know that. Maybe 96. No, maybe earlier. Anyway, let's say 92, 93. Michael Jordan was around. I know that he was big news then. And my uncle got me. His name's Alan as well, actually.
Okay.
Uncle Al. He gave me 2 CDs. He had a collection. He divorced his wife, and it was 1993 because he divorced his wife, and he brought like 300 CDs.
Wow.
With the alimony, with the the divorce money. He just went and spent all this money. So he brought a new car, and he brought like 300 CDs, and he just spent before she could get. Yeah, funny guy.
Wow.
So he gave me Weird Al Yankovic. 2 Weird Al Yankovic CDs, the best of.
Oh yeah.
But I'd never heard Weird Al before. Here's another Alan. Jeez. Weird Al and Cheech and Chong's Greatest Hits.
Oh. You
I was
can't
10, I was
beat
10,
that right
man.
there.
I was
That's
10.
the
I didn't know
classic.
what dope was. I didn't know what anything was. Uh,
Low
hilarious.
rider.
But that's where it started. And then I started listening to his CDs, and he had bands like Helmet.
Oh
Uh,
yes.
yeah, some really cool rock and some cool metal stuff. Some Australian classics too that you probably got. You guys probably don't know the big Australian classics, but there's a band called Cold Chisel.
Chisel. I haven't heard of Chisel. No, I haven't.
Cold Chisel, very like he's got a very rocky, raspy voice. He used to drink a bottle of whiskey before. I think it was a bottle of whiskey before every show, and he'd scream his guts out every show. And this was in the 80s.
Didn't we all do that?
I think that was the thing, right? Because I know that Bon Scott from AC/DC used to do the same thing, right? He'd drink a bottle
Oh
of whiskey or whatever.
yeah. A lot of us musicians, we have our routines we do before we go on stage and when we get off the stage, and some is right and some is wrong.
That's right.
So
But yeah, 10 years old, definitely that they were on the CD on repeat.
that is something else. So now you're listening to that stuff. What decided you to pick up a guitar and start playing?
Oh, girls.
I mean, well, of
Girls,
course.
man. Girls. That was it. It was. I think it was in hindsight, it was a sense of longing for some sort of status or power. I think.
Right.
When you have none,
Yeah.
you're a
Yeah.
kid.
You're a
trying to
kid.
make your way and figure it out what you want to do, and you need some status or power, and that people seem to really enjoy.
That's great. Great. What age did you buy your first guitar?
My mum brought it for me when I think I was 15.
Okay, I got mine at 12. When
Yeah.
did you figure it out?
As soon as girls came into the picture, it all started to happen, and I guess the young mind develops, and
Yeah.
the thing was attention, right?
Attention, exactly. Yeah, I got mine at 12, but it took me till 18 to figure it out, and then I was making great music.
I think that's about. I'm gonna have to hit you up with some music as well, because I haven't heard any of your stuff.
My stuff, I don't know if you'll ever hear it.
Okay, cool.
My band, I started in 85. We ended in 97. Then I became a TV producer to help promote the music scene and get the music out there. Once in a while, I have my guitars all over hanging on the wall, so I pick them up and play them now and then. And I might do a show where I'll play a few songs. I don't know, but it's just something that was, and I moved on.
Yeah, that's makes sense.
Yeah. So let's go down the list here now. Boy, I got a lot of shit written down. Wow, you got me all over the place here. All right, let's see. We got that. We did that. We did. All right. Who's writing everything? Are you writing and bringing it to the band? What's happening?
Yeah. So that's the case at the moment. And so I'll write something basically and take it to the guys and say, hey, I've got this idea. What do you guys think? And generally it's like, we are as Australians very easygoing. So
yeah,
it's hard. You've got to really know that it's good before you take it to the guys, because they probably play pretty much anything if I really wanted them to. But
nice.
But Tom's got some great, and Ben's got some great ideas at the moment as well. So they're adding in their flavor to it as well.
Nice. Now, wasn't it around June 16th you came out with a new CD?
Yeah. So we had June 16th, and what day is it today? It's the
8th.
Today. Yeah, our 8th. For you, it's the 8th. Yes, you've time traveled. I'm on the 9th. So yeah, we on the 16th. I think, if I'm not wrong, the Solitaire song. Fuck yeah! If I'm allowed to swear on this, I'm not sure, but our latest single is called. Yeah.
So it was called
the latest. You can bleep it out, I suppose. But yeah, the latest single is called "Fuck Yeah, Solitaire." So
I love that name. That's great, brother.
Such a dumb song. So, but I'll tell you what, it goes so hard. It goes so crazy live. because people, it's the simplest song, and it just is easy. It's 4 chords, and it just rocks.
It does. It's amazing what you can do with 3 or 4 chords, and you do it the right
Unreal.
way. Oh man.
Yeah, really, you're right.
Yeah, and when I watch you guys and stuff, you are performers and entertainers. Now, I work with thousands of individuals, and when I book them, if they just stand there and don't do a damn thing, I go up on stage and kick them in the ass.
Yeah,
Move, do something.
someone's going to do it, right?
Right. So if you can just stand there like an idiot, then get off the fucking stage and I'll do the job. So yeah, you're performers, man. You're all over. You're in the people's faces. Do you notice when you're playing out in front of people that the people sometimes find it a little hard to approach you just because you're so in their face, or are they just come up and they don't care?
No, I don't think people care.
Yeah,
They'll come up and say good day or whatever. That's what we do. That's what
that's
we do.
great.
How are you, mate? That was great. Or I like this, or I didn't like this, or whatever it might be.
Right. Now, in Australia, what is it like as far as playing out? Is there a lot of venues for you to play out in?
Where we're located, yeah, there's a few. There's a few really good ones. It's I will say we're a huge country, right? So the span of our country, you could fit it in America. You could fit the whole
Yeah,
country, but there's only 20, 25 million people here. So in
that's not
between cities is it's such a long time to travel. So we could travel 8 hours in a car to get to the next city.
okay.
Right? So
Are
it's a
they
bit
pay- are they paying you anything in decent money?
Oh yeah. So there's there is like a minimum amount you have to be paid in certain states now.
Okay, because
So
in the
having to have
United
a
States,
union,
it's a lot different.
it's
We
so
have
hard.
in the United States, I hate how they do it. It's 3 ways of making money. You can sell tickets to your friends, and then you get the profit from that. Or you go into a club, and then at the end of the night, the money gets divided between security, sound, and the bands.
Yeah,
Or
that's
if
what
you
happens
find
here.
a good club, they will pay you a flat fee.
Yeah. A
So
guarantee sort of thing.
yeah, yes. So that's what I don't like about a lot of the venues in America, because they put a lot of pressure on the bands when the establishment needs to do more work as far as advertisement and posters and media stuff.
Yeah, that's I think that's general across the board. It must be.
Yeah, it has to happen. It has to happen. So yeah, I'm working with a venue in town here, and we're working together to do live podcasts there too.
Oh,
So
cool.
let's move on here. Now, what platforms are you on as far as people can maybe find your music, videos, all that? What platforms are you on?
So everything I can get my hands on. So the DistroKid, we go through that, and it goes to Spotify and iTunes and any other
Okay.
streaming services. So your Amazons and all that sort of stuff. And there's
Oh,
also Bandcamp, which is probably the better, like for a musician, it's more money for us.
yeah. Shout out to Bandcamp. They do a great job.
For sure.
Do a great job. All right. Let's see right here. Now, it looks like you got quite a few fans. How are they treating you?
Yeah, man, we have a lot of fun. I think is the whole thing about the band is I think people know that we kind of really like each other, and
Yeah.
we have a really fun time with everyone. There's
Good.
no, it's very what's the word? It's very inclusive, not exclusive.
Right.
You don't have to be like anyone can be a Microcuts fan. It doesn't matter. Like, you can be anyone.
Exactly. So now I like to ask this question too. Uh, when you get up on that stage and you're looking out and you're watching everybody sing your music along with you and rocking out, how's that make you feel?
Man, there's no energy, and you would know this without me telling you, I think, but you would know that there's no other energy on the earth that's like
There
that
is
energy.
no.
Nothing else that can
Uh,
give it to you.
it just blows your heart up and just makes
Yeah,
you feel invincible.
yeah.
And
Dude. So that's the best explanation of it I've probably ever heard, because it does make you feel a bit like it's superpower. It's
If you kind of, I don't want to say this word, but you kind of feel like a god almost.
yeah, it's something like you're using your true ability. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be right. Like, it makes you feel like you. Also, you know what? It's not a bad thing to say, because you know, finding your religion or God is just about finding the oneness within you. So you
Yeah.
know, that's what you're trying to do. We're trying to find these gems or the oneness within ourselves, and that's, you know, that's why we
Exactly.
do it. That's why we're searching for that thing, and we get up on stage and we get recognition, or you know, some kind of happiness from it.
And that's great. Now, the opposite end is when you're all done with your set and you leave the stage. How long does it take you to come down? Because it used to take me 6 to 8 hours before I could ever sleep.
Oh yeah, I I I work. I start work at 5 a.m. every morning, man. If I can get into bed as soon as possible after the show, and some of the shows here, I don't know, probably the same everywhere, but the shows here can go till midnight. And
Oh
you've been
yeah.
at work since 5 a.m. in the morning, you just want to die at the end of it. But you know, like depends
Yeah,
what the day's like, you know.
yeah. All your vocals are exhausted. Your arm is hurting from carrying the guitar for 3 hours or drumming or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, my mind just doesn't shut off because I just can't stop forgetting what I just did. So
It
it's hard for
depends
me.
what the crowd's like too, I think.
Yeah,
You know.
definitely. Oh, they're definitely. Everybody out in podcast land, Microcuts is out of Australia. I want you, if you're in Australia or wherever you are, fly there and check them out. All right. Big Al says, check these guys out. They are going to kick your ass with some cool music. I'm telling you, these guys rock. All right. We're not done yet. I got a lot more going here. All right. You ready?
Yeah, man,
So it
I'm
looks
ready.
like we got some radio play, 104.7. How'd that go?
Yeah, man, that's cool.
Was that good?
That was awesome, man.
That was good. Getting any more internet radio play or national radio play?
Hoping for the national stuff. That's what we're trying to aim for. There's
All right.
a station here. It's called Triple J, and that's the big station in Australia. It's nationwide. It's the only one.
Oh,
There's only one.
so,
Um,
and that's
yeah, station.
Triple A, you say?
Triple J, like J for James.
Triple J. I'm writing it down. I might
Yeah.
give him a call.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They're the biggest in Australia, and
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
they used to
Now,
control the whole industry here, but yeah.
wow. And now in Australia, is it the music scene pretty much controlled, or do you get to do what you want to do, or do you have to abide by some certain rules? How's it going over there?
Man, it's pretty crazy. It's the Wild West in some ways.
Okay.
There was our friends are in the band that we've had the pleasure of opening up a few times. They're called Private Function, is the name of the band.
Okay.
And they do some crazy shit, man. Crazy stuff. If you ever get a chance to have a look at them, they're hilarious.
Oh, that's
They filled
beautiful.
up their vinyls. Their vinyls they released just recently with cocaine, one of them. One of them
Okay.
they filled up with their own piss. It's just like crazy stuff like that. But yeah, you can do what you want, man.
That's okay. Cool. Good. I'm liking that. I'm liking that.
It's very punk
Now,
rock.
great. Now your new video. When did you put that out?
That was probably before the 16th of June. I think it was. Geez, it's going to test me, isn't it? I reckon it was. It might have been the end of May or just the start of June.
Okay, I'm loving it. I can't stop watching it. I love that. I love that. So, and let's see what we got here. Sometimes I can't read my writing, but let's see. What is this flat lip brat face something? What was that?
Yeah. So that's Bratface and Fat Lip Media. They are the ones who produced the film clip.
Oh, nice. Nice. Let's give
Yeah.
them a shout out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. No. Yeah, I was looking over here. I like the artwork I like the artwork guy. Did you do that? Did you have somebody else do that?
That's our friend Kyle. He's I've never actually met him, but he's a friend of Benny Dale's.
Well,
Erasmus, I think, is his Instagram. I'll just have a look and see what his Instagram hash, just so I can give him a quick shout out.
really?
He's he's really talented.
Wow, amazing.
Man,
Now,
he's next level.
that's great. That's what you need. That's what you need. Now, do a lot of the bands, it sounds like it, in Australia support each other? You play together with each other, you
Oh yeah,
support each other. Because I know back in the day here in the States, a lot of the bands would, fight amongst each other and over this stupid shit and that. And now it's finally coming around where we're all getting along, and whether we don't like each other or not, we're still there for each other.
man. I'm sure it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
we're in a small we're in a regional center, but we're still a small community. So it's very difficult if you get into a disagreement with someone. It's a small town still. People are going to find out. It's going to
Right.
be no good. You
So,
best not to less said, sooner mended. You know.
right. Now you guys playing out a lot, and I know you
Yeah.
just lost the drummer, but are you looking at playing out, 2, 3, 4 times a month possibly? When
Yeah, absolutely.
oh, that
We've got heaps lined up for the next. Even I think we've got about 6 or 7 shows lined up in the next 2 months. So
oh sweet. Now, how many songs you got under your belt?
original songs we play 12 of a set, and then the rest will be covers. So
All right.
we do a couple of covers because it's a bit of fun, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I always, when I played music, I always like to slaughter a cover song once in a while.
Yeah, I think
And
people remember you a little bit.
so I'm going to ask you this question here. What show stands out, or who would you like to perform with or open up for? What would be that main show that you wish would happen?
Oh man, there's a you know Incubus, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. That'd be it.
Ink.
That'd be my
Uh,
that's who made me want to even start playing music in the first place. Really,
oh,
that's the yeah.
oh, that's some hard stuff. I love that.
Yeah.
Incubus. Oh,
There's
yeah.
one other band that would be equal to that would be Biffy Clyro. Have you ever heard them?
No, I haven't. No.
They're huge in Europe, massive. They're probably the biggest. They've sold out Wembley a few times. They're
Huh?
massive. Um, yeah,
Wow.
very good 3-piece band. Yeah.
Wow. I just did a show with a European band out of Slovenia, the all-female metal band, and they are the top 4 metal band in Europe out of
Oh
400
really?
female bands, and they're called the Hellcats.
Yeah, that's a familiar name.
Yeah, so I interviewed them, and you can check that out if you want in their
I
music and
will.
stuff. But great ladies, great ladies. So then I did some in Portugal and all that. So and you in Australia. Oh, this is great. This
All
is
over the
cool.
place.
So let's see. When is the when are you gonna release another CD for me?
So 11th of August is the release date for the EP, our debut EP, if you will,
All right.
and that's the self-titled, and that'll come out yeah in a few weeks, I suppose.
All right. Is that gonna be a full EP or just an EP?
For a 4-track EP.
So you're gonna have 11, 12 songs on there for me.
No, we'll just have the 4 tracks,
A 4 track.
and then after that, the idea is to start recording on either a second EP with a few more tracks, or start to record an album. We haven't quite got there yet to what we're going to do, but we're still writing for it, so I'm sure we'll
Okay.
figure it out.
All right. I want you to tell podcast people out there, how can they get a hold of some of your merchandise, your CD, anything you got to sell? How can they get a hold of it?
Best and easiest way to get hold of any of our stuff is through our Bandcamp. That'll be going up. We've just got a fresh batch of CDs and merch, so that'll go up in the next few weeks. But yeah, Bandcamp's the one to keep an eye on for sure.
Great. I'm gonna have to jump on there and order me a CD, and then I'll have your address and I'll send you some of my swag.
That's cool.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Now we got that line covered. That all right. Now, through all the shows that you've done, and you've done quite a few, any of them intimidate you?
Geez, too old to be too old to be intimidated. I don't think so. I don't really feel
You've
that
seen
way.
it all,
I
right?
think yeah, maybe seen too much.
Right.
No, I grew up working in bars and venues, and I met a lot of famous people when I was younger, and I kind of
Beautiful.
didn't really get super starstruck by, they were mostly Australian artists, but still big to me, big to us.
Yeah, I don't get too starstruck anymore, and I don't interview the large people that have already made it just because they've made it. I'm with the original local national music scene. I need to
That's
get your
cool, man.
foot in the door to get you money.
There's probably
And
something a little more rewarding about that.
what's
Do you
that?
think there's something more rewarding about that as well?
As far as doing the national and local,
No, yeah.
it's very rewarding because the national and local acts need help. They don't a lot of people don't know how to put their foot in the door, and once the foot's in the door, they don't know what to say or do. I've actually written up probably a couple hundred pages of everything from the beginning to middle to end as far as management, bookings, contracts, all that stuff. I'm going to print that up. I'll probably sell it for $5, and it can help a lot of artists. It's kind of like a reference you can look at and say, oh, I should have done this, or I can do this, and no, I don't need to answer that question, or things like that.
I love it.
I,
That's awesome.
I don't mind labels, but when it comes to their contracts, I go
Oh
through
man,
them, cross shit out, and I'll add stuff, and I piss them right off.
yeah, good. Yeah, man.
So,
I was signed. We were signed to a label here, in an old band that I was in,
okay,
for a long
yeah,
time ago, and it was a terrible idea.
yeah, and I let
Terrible.
everybody, when I did the TV show, it was free. The podcast is free. If you want advice from me on the business, it's free. Call me day or night. I'll answer a question for you if you're not sure about something that you're reading or somebody asked you.
Yeah, you're a legend.
So
Thanks, man.
always there for my bands. So let's see what else. Let's talk about some music.
Yeah, man.
You sent me one, two, three, four songs, but I couldn't get the name of them because one was under S, one was under F, one was under B, and one was under D.
Very good. That's helpful, isn't it? That's so helpful. Yeah,
Right, that helps out a lot, right? Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, S. Well, let's go with S because that was the first one.
All right, cool.
Heavy punk rock on that one. I'm liking that one. Right in my face. Right in my face. Right in my face. Now, the second one, F, a lot of guitar and metal with a nice story to it. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, B was the third. The intro with the pause, and of course, the beat from the drummer. Excellent. Excellent. And now we go to D, and that's you. You're all up in everybody's face, man. You're letting everybody know what's going on. You're just rocking them out.
We're trying. We're trying our best.
You don't have to try. You're doing a damn good job.
Man, that's awesome.
Oh man, you're blowing them away. So everybody go to the platforms, look up Micro-Cuts out of Australia. It's Micro Cuts. I think you can spell cuts. And check them out. These guys aren't going anywhere. And if I can do my job, my best of my ability, I'll get your ass to America somehow.
Man, that's the dream, isn't it? For an Australian band to go over there, it's a hard landing surface, that's for sure.
It is. It is. I'd have to put you with a few other bands, and I already got. I'd like to bring the Hellcats over and another band out of Connecticut called Dirt. I could throw you three together with one more. It'd be a hell of a Midwest tour. So
The idea would record at some point and then play a few shows at the same time,
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, yeah. We'd have a bus and all that stuff. Yeah. So let me see here. What did that say? Oh my goodness. Now, what does the future hold in 5, 10 years for the band?
Man, I'd love to see a couple of albums. I'd love to see a couple of really well written albums. That's the goal, and to really um, tour across the country, which is pretty darn expensive in Australia, but you can. It's doable. You can do it if you do it right.
Right.
That's the idea. If we can get out of Australia, that's another question. But
Now
it's
you're
that's
gonna.
yeah.
I want to get your CDs, and I can push it here on one of the local radio stations, and
Yeah.
I can push it, man. And people are going to dig you, man. They're going to dig you a lot. So, so everybody in podcast land, check Micro Cuts out because you're not going to be disappointed. Like I said, I do the interview and I'm getting into Daniel's head right now. We're figuring things out, but I'm leaving it up to you to open up your phone or your computer and type in Micro Cuts on the platform and listen to their music. Don't be lazy. All right, people? Because I don't like lazy people. Do you remember your first gig?
My first gig.
Yeah, you remember it?
Gosh, geez, Louise. Yeah, I do. I do. I think I was in high school, and it was terrible, man. It was terrible. We played Weezer, Say It Ain't So, and we
Oh,
played. Yeah, it was terrible. Oh man, I couldn't sing. I couldn't sing.
oh.
I was like 16, man. No way, no chance. But you know what? It didn't matter. Like the kids loved it anyway. Like the kids, I was a kid. We all loved it anyway. We just had fun.
Yeah, they were listening to your singing. They were just jamming to the music.
Yeah, that was having fun, man. Happy
Now,
it was loud.
am I noticing you're playing the Gibson?
Yeah, man. I've got it's a rare Japanese. It's a Gibson. It's an Epiphone.
Okay,
So but it's a Japanese 91 model, and I got
91.
it. Yeah, yeah. I got it from a deceased estate.
Oh,
Uh,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah, and it was I was really lucky to have it. And the guy lived here, and he'd never opened it up and played it.
I never
Um,
opened up and played it. Oh, my.
he brought it brand new, never played it. It
That's
was
a beautiful guitar.
yeah,
Sounds
unreal. It sounds great. Thank you. Yeah, it does. Yeah,
oh, it does. Yeah, a lot of great tone to that guitar. Mm-mm.
heavy, man. It's heavy.
It's like one of my guitars I'm looking at on the wall. It's called a Magnum Pro 1974. I think it was made of cement. Oh,
Wow.
my.
Yeah, they're heavy, man. There's some heavy wood in those guitars.
Holy moly. And then I switched to a 82 Kramer Striker.
Oh yeah, they're lightweight. Are they lightweight? Yeah.
Yeah. So I played that for quite a while. Then I turned to the PRS.
Yeah, PRS are great.
Yeah, they're great. So
Kramers are
then
great too.
then all the acoustics are laying around. So
Yeah,
you
easy.
gotta have them. You can never have enough guitars.
I know. I know. I know.
So
I've had a few basses and a few guitars in that time. But yeah, it's good.
all right. So let's see. We're at 38 minutes now. I'm going to ask you here, since we are a little older, what advice would you give to the young kids out there that are starting out that want to do what you're doing?
It's simple. That's to write down 5 things you want to achieve when you start playing. Before you even start playing, write down 5 things you want to achieve, and I'd put it on the wall. Write down, I want to play a song. I want to learn a song. I want to join a band. I want to find 2 people to join my band. Something. Write it down and do it. That'd be my best advice. And it'll happen
Very,
if you write it down. It'll happen, man.
I like that. Set a goal and stick with it. Practice,
Absolutely.
practice, practice. You will,
Practice, practice, practice. Yeah.
yeah, you'll get there. You just got to work at it. Just got to work
Absolutely.
at it. And rub, and what I tell people too is listen. Shut the hell up and listen, because you will learn a lot if you will listen to some of the musicians you might be hanging around with. You can pick up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely. So we're at 40 minutes here, Daniel. How about we wrap the show up? It's your show. I want you to end it the way you want to end it. Shout outs, anything you want to say, it's yours right now. What do you want to say?
Just thank you for listening, guys. Thank you, anyone that's listening. Thanks for your time. Thanks for checking us out. If you do in advance, thanks, Al. You're a legend, dude. Thanks for having us on the show. It's nice to talk to you and find out a bit about you. And it sounds like you've had a lot of experience and had a very colorful career so far, and hopefully a lot more to come. But yeah, thank you. Thanks to the boys in the band as well.
Thank you very much. And you know something? I'm going to allow you to ask. I never allow this. I'll let you ask me one question. What would you want to ask me?
Oh man, what's been your favorite show so far that you've ever played? What's been your most exciting show? A podcast or gig or
Well, let's see. There would be a couple of them. Got to jam with Ted Nugent.
That's cool.
Rascal Flatts.
Also, that's awesome. Yeah.
Bret Michaels from Poison.
That's unreal.
And then, of course, a lot of the national acts that I'd book for the bigger acts and stuff like that. So, yeah, I got to, sit down privately. I'm good friends with Robin Robbins, the keyboard player for Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Yep.
We hang out and do a lot of recordings and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a ride.
I bet.
Yeah. So, but really, as far as playing out, I haven't really played out since '98.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you've been promoting side of things since then.
Yeah, I'll work behind the boards and record and stuff like that. And it's time to get other people's music out there. I did my stint. It's time for others.
You've done your time. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's time to push your music out there and make you famous.
That's cool, man.
That's what it's about, brother. That's what it's about. Daniel Caulfield, thank you so much for being on the No Cover TV podcast. It's been a pleasure, my friend. I'm going to keep my eye on you guys, and I expect I will have you back on in 6 months to a year to see what's going on.
Yeah, man, reach out anytime.
Definitely. And you need anything, you got my number. You know how to get a hold of me. Text me, DM me. I'll answer any questions you got.
Legendary. Thanks.
All right, brother. Well, tell hey to everybody. I wish we could have talked to everybody, but it worked out.
It would have gone for 3 hours.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. So everybody, podcast land, check out Micro Cuts here on No Cover TV's podcast with your host, Big Al. They're out of Australia, and they are rocking Australia. I don't want to say they're probably number one in Australia. I'm going to say that. Yeah. I said it. That's right. I want somebody to challenge me on that too. So anyways, we're going to have a lot of fun. Check them out. When you're in Australia, go to their shows. Tell them Big Al sent you. They might be nice to you. They might just bite you. I don't know.
That's what we do in Australia. You got to watch out.
You got to watch out for you guys.
The Biters, yeah. Could be a good band name, the Biters, yeah.
You're right, the biters. So, all right, Daniel, it's 43 minutes, 44 minutes in. I think we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to talk to you very soon, brother. Thank you so much for a great interview.
Great to speak to you. Thanks, man. Bye.
Bye. I'll talk to you soon, brother. Thank you.